Axiata Group has accepted Keppel Corp and Singapore Press Holdings' offer for its entire 28.7% stake in Singapore-listed M1 for 1.65 billion ringgit cash. Axiata says it will gain approximately 126.5 million ringgit from the sale, which was held via subsidiary Axiata Investments Singapore. The group says that it decided to accept the offer due to the need for capital reallocation and new business priorities. Axiata adds that it also prefers to not be a minority investor in a potentially privatized company, making the investment illiquid. President and Group CEO Tan Sri Jamaluddin Ibrahim says it was not an easy decision for Axiata as it liked its investment in M1 and believed in its long-term future. However, he admits that there is a need for Axiata to undertake a major reprioritization and make better use of its capital. Currently, Axiata is in the process of transforming its mobile-centric operating companies into digital converged companies, which requires modernization of network infrastructures. The Malaysian government has called for bids for an estimated 2 billion ringgit worth of projects under the third round of the Large-Scale Solar Scheme or LSS3. Energy Minister Yeo Bee Yin says the competitive bidding process will be open for a 6-month period from February to August 2019, with the outcome expected by year-end. She explains that the open tender is free for all and whoever manages to offer the lowest price for the first 500 megawatts wins. Ownership can be up to 49% foreign, but Yeo says the contractor for the engineering, construction and commissioning must be 100% local as there are enough players. The government has also decided that for LSS3, the quota will be increased from 30 megawatts to 100 megawatts to allow for project developers to obtain better financing rates, which would lower electricity tariffs. Yeo says the government is confident that by 2030, electricity tariffs can be lower and competitive against other forms of power generation such as gas and coal. Maxis saw its fourth quarter FY18 net profit halved to 266 million ringgit due to a number of one-off costs associated with its new strategy to become a strong converged player. Top line grew 2.9% to 2.45 billion ringgit from 2.38 billion previously. Maxis justified the one-off costs that hit its earnings, saying that they are important to support its new growth strategy that will set the foundation for the group. It declared an interim dividend of 5 cents per share, bringing total dividends for the year to 20 cents per share. On a full-year basis, FY18's net profit came in 18.3% lower at 1.78 billion ringgit compared with 2.18 billion previously. Revenue dropped 2.4% to 9.2 billion ringgit. CEO Robert Nason says that the telco closed 2018 by maintaining a strong core operating performance. With its new strategy, the telco is aiming for service revenue to reach 10 billion ringgit by 2023. Ex-Goldman Sachs banker Roger Ng has decided to not challenge the US Department of Justice's application for him to be extradited to the US. Ng is facing 1MDB-linked charges in both the US and Malaysia. His legal counsel, Datuk Tan Hock Chua, told the court that Ng has consented to waive his extradition proceedings here in Malaysia and be sent back to the US within 30 days. This is despite Malaysia's extradition law, which gives the government 90 days to undertake the extradition process. Tan says that Ng intends to defend himself at the Eastern District of New York and has reached an agreement with the DOJ on bail terms. Tan says he is not sure about the reason for Ng's change of mind. Tan says it is now up to the Attorney General's chambers whether to proceed with the extradition process or charges against Ng in Malaysia. Sessions Court Judge Edwin Paramjyothi says since Ng consented to the waiver of the extradition proceedings, he will continue to be committed to prison. This is pending a warrant from the Home Minister for him to be extradited. IHH Healthcare's shares ended today almost 3% lower on the news that India's Supreme Court had extended its ban on the group's $1.1 billion acquisition of a 31.1% stake in Fortis Healthcare. The counter closed at 5 ringgit 61 but had lost as much as 22 cents or 3.81% after the news broke. According to Bloomberg, a two-judge panel headed by Justice Ranjan Gogoi declined to hear Fortis' plea immediately and said it would hear the case on February 26. To recap, the Supreme Court had halted the sale of the Fortis stake in December last year after Japanese drug maker Daiichi Sankyo accused the company's former promoters, Malvinder Singh and Shivinder Singh, of acting in contempt of court. Daiichi had looked to block the sale after IHH had won the costly bidding war to acquire the stake in Fortis.